Well, hello there, everybody. Happy Friday. How you doing? Oh, it's telling me I need to. No, I think we're okay. We're good. Yay. How you doing? I've got my lovely cat here who is basically saying, I'm hungry, mummy. But I wanted to make this video before I go and get the cat food to contemplate from a bird's eye view, which is why I've taken this angle, why or how we block ourselves. How do we block ourselves from having what we want? How do we block ourselves from making more money? How do we make ourselves not receive the love that we want in our lives? How do we stop ourselves getting pregnant? How do we stop ourselves losing weight? How do we stop ourselves kicking a habit? Why would we stop ourselves doing that? And ultimately it boils down to one thing. It's very, very simple. What we want consciously and our subconscious programming don't line up. Okay, so you can want something with every little bit of your being as far as you think, which is to change something, but it's not going to change if you don't feel safe to change. And the reason that we don't feel safe for things to change is because we have been taught that things need to be a certain way, and this is so deeply hardwired into us that even if we might want to break from the programming, we are going to self-sabotage, and that's what it comes to. Sometimes what happens is we look into what's going on and we go, right, okay, I'm going to use my consciousness, I'm going to use my willpower to change this, but it doesn't change because your willpower is just your conscious will and your subconscious programming is in charge 90% of the time. So this has got absolutely nothing to do with your conscious will, and it's going to sabotage you every step of the way. Now, again, feeling safe. What is safe feeling really about? It's about being able to embrace change. It's about being able to dive into the unknown. And most of us are too scared to embrace change and to dive into the unknown because we will embrace the uncomfortable comfort zone at all costs over, thanks for the hearts, whoever's there, over actually diving into the abyss of the unknown. And my invitation to you is this. Some of you will know that I've been a yoga teacher for many years, and I embarked on a program of reprogramming my subconscious about 4.5 years ago. And I did that with my lovely teacher, Susanna Kennedy, who is endorsed by Dr. Bruce Lipton. So if you haven't, hello. If you haven't actually come across Bruce Lipton's work, he's phenomenal, okay? He wrote The Biology of Belief, he wrote The Honeymoon Effect, he wrote Spontaneous Evolution, and he's busting paradigms, okay, in terms of the fact that epigenetics explain why, if we don't feel safe, if we don't perceive safety, we cannot express our ultimate expansion, our ultimate divine design, our ultimate blueprint, if you like, okay? So in his books, he does a really good job of explaining what needs to shift, but not the how. And I found the lovely Susanna Kennedy, who's been my teacher for years, who basically taught me the how, which was to work with the subconscious, to learn to be a co-creator of my reality through using reality crafting tools. And I've been successfully working with my coaching clients, either one-to-one or group, to shift their mindsets, to move them out of the place of feeling unsafe to change to being able to feel safe to change. However, I have realised that there are some huge stumbling blocks that exist in the mental body, and this is why and how I created CoCreation Success. It actually came from a dream, and I realised that we can understand the theory, we can go through the steps, but unless we really understand a bit more about how our inner perception gets projected into the outer world and how our outer world is mirroring our inner perception and how we can actually change that, how you can navigate the changes, because it's knowing what you need to change is one thing, actually being able to change it is quite another, as we said. So you can work with the subconscious, you can clear the subconscious, but then you also need to keep directing your conscious mind in the direction that you want to. So the example of making more money or finding, true love. You may want to make more money, but you may be scared of making more money because you may have all sorts of beliefs around the fact that rich people aren't nice people, or that if you are rich you're going to become lazy, you'll stop caring about the things that you're passionate about, and so you block yourself because the narratives that you grew up around are going to be more powerful than your desire to make more money, even though you tell yourself every day you're fed up of not having enough, right? You're still stuck in a poverty trap because ultimately, even if you had all the money in the world, if your programming actually says it's not good to have money, or it's not safe to have money, or you're never safe with money, you will never feel safe with it. So it doesn't matter what you amass externally, internally you still don't feel the way you want to feel, which is how you feel you'll feel when you have the money, or you have the love, or you lose weight, or you get pregnant, which is joyful, safe, at peace, because this is something you desire, right? Same with the love thing. You say you want to meet the man of your dreams, or the woman of your dreams, the partner of your dreams, but when it comes to it, love requires us not to reason with it. It requires us to dive in and to take the journey. And actually, if we have got a whole load of erroneous programming around that, we are going to feel very unsafe about diving into ourselves, about being vulnerable, and diving into another. And our old programs will kick in. So if we have a belief that there's something wrong with us, for example, or someone who's interested in us, there's got to be something wrong with them because of the virtue of the fact that they're interested in us. Again, we're sabotaging. The not getting pregnant one's a tricky one, because you can want to get pregnant, but if you don't feel safe because of your early programming, so if your own time in the womb or your early life was challenging, it is quite possible that you are not going to feel safe to grow a baby, because growing a baby is something that's going to mean that that baby feels the way you felt. So you sabotage that as well. And the losing weight, well, the interesting thing about losing weight is often people carry a lot of weight because they don't feel safe in the world. So this word keeps coming up, all right? Often we're emotional empaths, and I've been there. I used to be 13.5 stone, I'm about 9 now. So as a teenager, I was pretty hefty because I was very emotionally sensitive to the toxicity in my family. I was emotionally sensitive to the toxicity in the world around me. And so my comfort was to numb out with food and to hold some weight so that I felt safer inside. I was protected because no one was protecting me. So these are the sort of things behind us, but ultimately, how do we navigate through them? Because again, knowing what we need to change and changing it is another thing, right? Now, this Co-Creation Success course that got created was basically to support us to navigate through the challenges of our conscious mind, to understand why we miscreate, why we say we want one thing and actually we get another, and how actually by tuning in more to what's going on inside and to being very clear about your intentions, you can then start to read what is around you, and you can start to see whether you're lining up with your intentions, even just with your conscious will. Because often what people will do is they'll enter into a program with me like Co-Creation Success, which is a 6-week mental body exploration. You get massive shifts just through it, but ultimately you're going to need to go deeper if you want to have the life changes that really last. But just the insights you get from a program like this are phenomenal. And the blind spots that are uncovered, I mean, I've done 4.5 years of reprogramming my subconscious, and in the 6 weeks that I was running this Co-Creation Success course, all my biggest breakthroughs happened. Okay, I had to let go of a love that wasn't working, that I was just stuck in a loop with, that was driving me insane. I set myself up for my first £10,000 month, like literally pulling in 10k. I met the man of my dreams, who I'd already met before, but I wasn't lined up with before. And this was when we got together. We actually got together at a festival called Magical, which, again, if you know me and unicorns, you'll know is quite phenomenal. And I took the risk. I took the risk to borrow money and also to actually purchase something extra that I felt I needed, because as I was tuning into my higher self, I had this clarity that this £1,000 crystal really needed to be with me and was going to be part of my future manifesting. So all of this happened on the course, but what I want to convey most is the fact that even though I'd done all the deep inner work, this course actually helped me to uncover blind spots that the deep inner work hadn't helped me to shift. And as a result of that, I had breakthroughs that I hadn't had in the 4 years that I've been doing my reprogramming. And also in the people that have done the coaching work with me, and they've got so far, because obviously when you're working with someone else, they can really shine a light on where you can't see things. So that really helps when you've got a coach helping you. But what happens when you finish the coaching? And this is where the course again supports you to have your own breakthroughs, because you become your own mirror. So whether you need to start by dipping your toe in, which is the Co-Creation Success course, or whether you need to dive deep and you want to start there, it doesn't matter where you start. One or the other is going to be perfect for you. And then it's about doing the other as well, because the two complement each other. And, you know, I've taken this angle with my lovely cat and me just to give you a fresh perspective and to help you understand that it's not about someone else fixing you. It's not about someone else doing it all for you. It's actually about you uncovering the power within you to be able to shift things for yourself and to have the tools to do it. So the course, what makes it so damn amazing is the fact that it takes you through a process that allows you to see where you are, where you want to be, and what's actually standing in the way, and to help you to unplug from what's in the way so that you can start to manifest what you want by going in the direction that's actually going to help you to do that. And it gives you a structure, a framework that means you're not going to get lost in the self-discovery. You don't know how many people I know, coaches, yoga teachers, people who are growing conscious souls that are still stuck in a loop, okay? So many. And we chip away, we chip away, we chip away. But if you want big leaps, you are going to need to dive deep. And that's why whether you're deep diving is a 200 quid course or a couple of £1,000 or £5,000, depending on where you're at and whether you want to do one-to-one or group or you want to just be inspired. Start somewhere, start somewhere. Go where you can go and know that that's going to expand you into the next bit. I've got to the point now that I'm going away next month. My office is going to be the ocean, the Cayman Islands. It's going to be a beautiful swimming pool. It's going to be boats. And I'm going to get this opportunity to move to high frequency places, to set things up so that I can bring other people on board and to open their perspective up to what is possible. Because for me, the idea is that it's a frequency. You tap into a frequency, you hold that frequency, and then others join you in that frequency. And to do that, we all need to have a dream. So I want to introduce you to this concept of a personal paradise because it's different for each of us. For me, finding my personal paradise really has been about getting together with someone that wants to grow with me, that wants to be public, that wants to share our journey, that wants to go searching for the place where we're going to set up our retreat space and then invite other people to come and join us and to raise their frequency through being around us and seeing that the way that we really move to unity consciousness is through uniting our shadow and our light. It's not about just being in the light and it's not about denying the shadow. So I'm really excited that all of this has happened since that course got created, and the results that my clients have had as well through doing it have been phenomenal. We've been sharing testimonials here and there, but if you click the link and you have a look, you'll see that people are talking about it. I'll repost my post about my office, my new office, because there's so much that happened, as I said, in the course. But the key is, as I said, it's a 200 quid course, this one. It's going to be starting now on the 3rd of February, and we're going to be running it on Sunday, 7:30pm GMT, so I can run it from the Cayman Islands, and Grand Cayman I'm going to be at. And it's basically, you've got a 3 payment option, so you can pay in three instalments if you can't afford it in one go, and it is going to help you break through your barriers regarding money. And then it will help you to conceive of the possibility of going even deeper diving with me. So once you understand how everything works and you chip away at the mental body, you help the mental body to feel safe. You will feel safer to dive into your subconscious, into your astral, into your divine blueprint, and to start to bring all of that into your human self. So have a dream. Have an idea of a personal paradise and understand that through setting the intentions, which is what we do on the course, and then clearing up your resistance to it, seeing where you're blocking yourself, seeing where the blind spots in your perception are actually preventing you, you're going to have breakthroughs just in that time, and then it's going to help you to dive even deeper into yourself, to expand your energy and to be a beacon of light for other people, which is what it is my joy to be and what I'm here doing with you. I wish you a very happy Friday. I'll follow all the links, I'll put them down for you, and I have just made the next I have just made the next multi-dimensional yoga video, which I will be uploading onto YouTube, and you should have access to this evening. If not this evening, it will be tomorrow. So start the new year right, join me, inspire desire within you and allow yourself to clear the way. Know that there are lots of ways you can do that with me, and I'm really inviting you to come and join the journey. What's stopping you? Stop allowing what's stopping you to stop you. Just come on board, give it a go. Even if you've got resistance, even if you've got doubt, just dive in. Dip your toe in, dive in, whichever way it works, do something. I love you. My heart is open for you. My stars are shining for you. I'm full of gold and bling for you. Have a beautiful one. And know that if you want change, change wants you. And all that needs to change is for you to feel safe to embrace it. And I've got the tools to help you do that. See you soon. And remember, one more day of breakthrough calls at £66. They're going back to £100 after tomorrow. So if you'd like to book one, I'll put the link there for you as well. That's separate to Co-Creation Success, but it will give you a massive breakthrough. So if you're thinking about the coaching, go down the Co-Creation Success, go down the breakthrough call route. If, though, you want to do Co-Creation Success, pay the money because you will get a free breakthrough call at the end of it. So either way, commit and change is coming. Love you. Bye-bye. Namaste.